Hello, YouTube. I'm wanting to do a shout out to Hard City Raindrops for showing us your awesome new Arai hand painted amazing motorcycle helmet. Yep, that was me. I've collected helmets for a long time. And this is currently my Shoei Modular Neotech 2 2022 model helmet that I wear with my bike. It kind of matches this right here, maybe this, kind of. I was gonna get a silver helmet, but this is anthrite. It's a metallic anthrite helmet. So anyway, I love the way this helmet feels. What I don't love is that the shell sizes stay the same and then they just add pads. So like extra small, medium, I think is one shell size, and then large, extra large, and so on, different shell size. So I look like a space, I don't know, like some kind of giant submarine, like old school scuba diver get up. But it's super comfortable and it's super protective, and the wind noise isn't bad at all. I bet that Arai though has much better aerodynamics to it. Yeah, so I will be getting a different helmet soon. I will show you that. And I will show you some of my helmets shortly here. My other ones, just for you, Hard City Raindrops. You might actually appreciate them. Some people might appreciate them. I do. Anyway, I just wanted to say, yeah, everyone deserves a break in their life at some point. And Hard City has obviously made huge strides, has flipped himself 180 degrees from last winter until now. Eating right, working out, taking care of himself mentally, talking to the right people, and grabbing an opportunity that some people may only see pass by them in a lifetime. So Hard City, you are going to kill it in Austin. Congratulations. Tesla could not be any luckier to have you. Honestly, I hope that you're giving yourself credit every single day, looking in the mirror and saying, of course I did that. I can do anything I put my mind to. You know, whatever your mantra is. But I literally don't know Hard City like in person. I mean, obviously with Corona in the past 2.5 years, everyone has had to talk over the phone, video, that whatnot. So people got a lot more comfortable probably meeting people that way. I've always been that way, actually, because let me dive deeper for a moment. The reason why I connected with Hard City so much is because of my own personal mental health that I went through for over a decade in my life with agoraphobia, which is a fear of open spaces. And I had horrible panic disorder, debilitating panic disorder. Literally at a point when I first started, it happened and I didn't even know what was happening. I was driving, I used to live in Indiana, 2,200 miles plus away from California, where I am now. I was driving to Chicago one day and I couldn't drive any further. It was like a brick wall. I was like, why can't I go any further? And I started shaking my body like adrenaline, and I couldn't breathe and the whole thing. So I turned around, I came home. I asked my mom, you know, what's going on? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, this is what happened. And she's like, oh no. I'm like, oh no, what? Like, what does that mean? And she said, well, it sounds like you have some anxiety. And I'm like, what? So I went to the doctor, and all they said was, well, you just need to calm down. You need to, you know, eat more and sleep better. And I thought, okay, you know, that makes sense. I'm young. I probably haven't slept a lot, blah, blah, blah. But that didn't work. None of those things worked. Medicine didn't work. So I got worse and worse. And I got to the point where I couldn't even move from one room of my house to the other. Like, I had problems going from my living room, which was a tiny little apartment at the time, of course, to my kitchen, to anywhere else in my house. I had a horrible, horrible time trying to do anything. Because at some point you become, it's like you're afraid of the fear. It's a fear of the fear. So you're afraid of your own body. Like, you're afraid that you're going to have a panic attack all the time. And that's where I was. And I could literally barely open my front door to reach my arm outside to grab my mail out of my mailbox. Like, it was awful. And that was at a point where that was probably the lowest point. I was having panic attacks 8 hours a day, every day around the same time. So I'm like, gee, it has to be chemical, right? Has to be something. But I was unsuccessful in finding some sort of medication to help me. I lost friends. My friends were like, what's going on? You're always so outgoing. What is happening? Nobody could figure it out. So I spent years in my house, lost my job, was so embarrassed at first, couldn't do anything, So then I slowly tried to, inch myself out of the house. I looked at programs that were supposed to help you get out and not be anxious. And I was like, no, this is for people that have like general anxiety. Everybody's got anxiety. It depends on how you look at it, right? If we ride a motorcycle at maybe 100 plus miles an hour, you could say that's panic. Your adrenaline's going, you're sweating, you're excited. But see, excitement's not looked at as panic. But it's the same, it elicits the same symptoms, the same responses in your body. So I tried to turn myself around, and I got better for maybe like a year, where I was able to go out a little bit, and I was able to go, out to stores that had like an outside out front. I wouldn't go into a store like Walmart and go all the way back to the back of the store. That would freak me out because I'd feel trapped. So, yeah. So then it got worse again. And so it just kind of went, it's a roller coaster. So anyway, obviously I finally got better. I was able to get myself to California, driving my dog, who I miss terribly. His name is Oso, which is Spanish for bear. He is and was my buddy, 70 pounds, pit bull mix, gorgeous dog. So Hard City has a blue-nosed pit bull named Storm, and I'm in love. I mean, she's a gorgeous dog, and he's so lucky to have her, and she is so lucky to have him. So anyway, I just felt very, very connected to him because of our own experiences. It just is, it's something that I don't believe, unless you've been through something pretty difficult and challenging, I really don't know if you can honestly appreciate what you have as much as you do. You can appreciate it, but I don't know if you can appreciate it on the same level as someone that, that has been through some hardships. So needless to say, Hard City has monumentally improved himself in a short amount of time, which is incredible. And when he said this in his very last video about, going to Austin, moving to Austin, because he's going to kill it. You're going to kill it there, Hard City. These opportunities only come up once in a great while. And he took the opportunity. It's a risk, right? But he's super confident with himself. And that's like the biggest thing. It's not just confidence, it's trusting yourself. So if I trust myself that I'm going to possibly, quote, fail, and you could fail, and I don't look at it as failing, because if you look at all the people out there that have done anything amazing, like Colonel Sanders with KFC, I mean, I think he went to like 1,000 different stores trying to sell his chicken recipe, and finally somebody said, okay, yeah. So there could be a ton of no's and a ton of so-called fails, but they're really just tests. You have to look at it as a test. So, of course, some of us, like myself, I'm pretty hard on myself. If we don't do that so much and we just give ourselves a break, we'll get to where we're going a lot faster. I think anybody could agree with me who understands that concept. So challenges or not, here I am owning my 2022 Kawasaki Ninja 400. I didn't ever see myself owning a bike. If I did, it was going to be like a golf cart or like something super slow, because I didn't think I could handle this. This is an amazing machine. I love it. I feel connected to it. I feel, it just feels right. I'm sure, as you know, if you sat on one, own one, you'll know when you sit on a bike if it's right for you. I sat on a 650, also Kawasaki Ninja, but it just felt a little too much, a little too heavy. This bike weighs in at 360, and I think the let's see, the CVR 600 weighs 410. That was a little too much for me. Just that 44-pound difference is huge, or 50, yeah. It's huge for me, so I didn't love it. And it's like the Gixxer Suzuki GSX-R 600 weighed a ton. It does weigh a ton, and I get why, because there's some liftoff sometimes with these bikes. Anyway, I am just super excited to have made it to California. All of my dreams have come true, and then some. My expectations of what I was capable, my limitations, so-called, I've exceeded my limitations, which you don't have limitations, you only think you do. It's because you haven't fully given yourself a chance to try something new. And, we're all hard on ourselves, I guess, in a way. So when you try something new, just remember, you might have a couple, trips. You might trip a couple times, or you might have experiences that aren't awesome in your mind. But remember, just keep going, because you'll get there, and just shrug it off. Don't waste energy on the naysayers, on those people that don't support you, on the people saying, oh, you'll never leave your house. You'll never leave your house. And I'm like, because I'd been there for 6 years, so it was almost nearly impossible in anybody else's mind that I could get out, because I'd been in a spot for so long. Well, if you think about a bird in a cage, right? They live in a cage their whole lives, and then sometimes they'll fly away. They'll keep coming back a couple times to that cage, because they have to acclimate themselves to the larger outside world, which I've had to do. But I did it, So give yourself some credit. And Hard City, I got so teary during your last video, and I am more than happy to have sent you the Arai helmet. You not only, you deserve it, you are just an incredible person. So shout out to you. That's a little bit of my background. And if anybody's having any trouble mentally, reach out. There's so much more help these days. You can reach out online, especially online. And you can do a telehealth, meet up with someone that could help you. Don't ever give up. Don't ever do that. We all think we have it hard. We all think we have, and hard things to me, not having this bike wouldn't be hard. Hard things to me would be not being able to leave my own house. People don't realize how awesome it is that they can get up every day and leave their house, or that they can get up every day and not be depressed, right? So, just be grateful for the things you have. And it's easy to forget, because these things become automatic. We forget how awesome it is that we can walk. I have a friend that hurt himself 18 years ago. He is paralyzed now from the waist down. We used to ride motorcycles together, and, he's an incredible person, and he's out there doing it, and I couldn't be happier for him as well. He's an incredible person, and he did not have an accident on a motorcycle, by the way. It was kind of a fluke thing. And that's what I'm saying, is anything could happen at any time. So life is precious. Take care of your head, like Hard City always says. That's another reason I sent him that, is because he is all about safety. He wanted the best helmet. And so, okay, done. he has such a passion for not only his bike, like he said, his bike turned himself around. He got the bike and it just clicked. And that is awesome because it's not the bike that did, it's like he did it, but the bike was a motivator. And that's awesome. If I could have just bought a Ninja a long time ago, Ninja 300 or those cool Ninja 250s, I would have done that. I would have bought that and I would have, been out of my house. But it's more than that. So thank you so much, Hard City, for being awesome. I hopefully will meet you in person someday. And yeah, Texas and California aren't too far apart from each other. Maybe we can meet up somewhere along the way. And if not, I am super grateful just to know you. And I love your channel, obviously. And keep up the hard work, the easy work, because really you have this natural ability for people and animals. And I know you're going to experience so many awesome things in Austin. And it's just waiting for you to get there so that these wonderful things can be revealed to you. Good luck, and good luck on your journey. Thanks so much, and I will let you guys go. I hope you're having a great day and have a great weekend. And of course, be safe out there. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.